So Twitter rebranding to X
Yep.
came out of nowhere. Or did it?
Elon do his thing. Elon thinks he's cool. Elon doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Okay, hold up. Let's here is the owner,
Yeah, I know
of
there is a
multi-car
female.
companies.
I know there is a woman CEO involved.
That's
and
not what I'm
whatnot.
talking about. Okay, but specifically, interestingly enough, Elon has kind of hinted in the past that there was actually going to be a transition to naming the product. It just seemed to
Yeah.
come out of nowhere, right?
Yes, it does feel like it was an interesting time, I guess, to do it. I wonder if, like, in the grand plan for like the first 12 months of Twitter, it's like when they thought it was going to do it. It feels like a lot has led up to it.
Yeah.
This is an outsider looking in, but I guess it was always going to happen. It was just when he needed to make the news cycle. Oh, to influence shares pricing, surely, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I think Elon's reign or management of Twitter has been characterized by what can be, just described as chaos. He definitely, beats to the, to the drum of his own beat. Is that right? That doesn't
To the
sound
beat
right.
of his own
To the
drum.
beat of his own drum. And I will say one thing about Elon is we've got a Frenchie here. So if you hear like droning and snoring,
ambient noise that Elon is causing
because our Frenchie is falling asleep. But anyway,
Yeah.
I digress. Going back to it, it just seems very sloppy because if you go in right now, the app is still called Twitter, but it's been taken over by X, the logo.
Yep.
A lot of people are commenting on the logo
Yep.
that it's very simplistic, but that's neither here, neither there in my view. But it's a rebrand with a lot of so-called marketing experts, us including, that many people feel that the name Twitter, the bird, has a lot of equity, and it just seems it seemed quite rushed, basically.
Yes, and when I think about it now, because X is like a model of Tesla, right?
So he has a fascination for X, right? I think his son's called X. Yes, X.com was the initial site that PayPal bought over him. Yes, the Model X. So he's definitely got an obsession over the letter X.
Yeah.
And I think that obviously this is permeated through. He has a vision for Twitter, and he probably bought it with that in mind.
Yeah.
Of it being at the one-stop...
comms arm of like, with everything that's got going on at the moment, right?
Yeah, well, the one-stop shop for everything. He wanted it to be the app. There's even rumorings of like a Twitter phone, not a Twitter phone, but like a Tesla sort of phone where you can only access it via X. And he wants financial. I mean, he's got a PayPal, like a finance sort of background as well. So you can see where this is leading up, and Meta wants to do this. They all want to do the same thing. I will say one thing with Elon and X in that he's a master of the PR cycle, and I think he knows that. He definitely knows that. I mean, with a couple of tweets, he's been able to influence, cryptocurrency prices and stuff like that. So he's definitely aware of that. Focus, not on the Doge, but
She's done.
But I think sometimes he prefaces that over, like the greater good of, in this case, Twitter.
Is it? Wait, hold on. Just picking up what you're putting down there. Is
Yeah.
it basically the nerdy guy who wanted to be cool and has now got some level of power and influence and like, look at me, and he's probably not making the best business decisions? Is that what you're trying to say?
I can't think that a person of that intellectual prowess would be that simplistic. But I guess what I'm saying is
SNL, case in point.
I guess what I'm saying is there does appear to be some blinkers in certain elements there, which is probably why he hired a C. He knows his what his core competency is, which is design, getting people to do things, to pushing things to the limit. And there, you can't build as many successful businesses as he had without having some merit off the back of that, right?
No, fair. I am trivializing him for the sake of fun.
I mean, Elon Musk is pop culture now. I mean, when did Elon get into like the news sphere? Like 5 years ago? Like it's felt like all of a sudden he's almost always on the news.
Well, it was through Tesla, right? Launching Tesla, like the brand in itself.
Yeah.
That wherein it was the first probable touch point. Because again, cool things for rich people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, at that time, now it's accessible to the wider public, right? What are your thoughts on Twitter as a whole, threads, competition, like overarchingly social media?
Look, as somebody who used to be in the game of being at the forefront of social media back in my day, Twitter was the app that could have done it all. I think it was actually a very fun mechanic when it was 140 characters, and you know it's literally hot takes, the beginning of hot takes, I reckon, commentary, right? And the trending news and all of that stuff, and it was good. Then it went completely chaotic, and to be completely honest,
What makes you feel it went chaotic?
well, look at the algorithm of the feed now. Have you ever seen anything like it used to be algorithms, right? Again, Facebook, everything, everyone's got an algorithm. But Twitter back in the day used to be you follow certain people, that's the content you get, right?
Yep.
Now all of a sudden, my feed is filled with so many random dogs, no context, random videos where it's, I don't know, like a whole family trying to construct the perfect pull shot in basketball, or some random thing, or random, like just complete random facts. It's like they're pulling this stuff out of nowhere, but it keeps the people going on like the engagement must be out the wazoo, right?
Yeah.
I love the chaos of Twitter. It does get bad though, but for the random chaos. Now, when I look at Threads, it's interesting you say that, right? Because Threads is supposed to be starting again. It is very wholesome, but since it opened, when's the last time I've been on Threads to check stuff?
It's definitely dropped down, right?
Yeah.
Well, you get that new shiny toy buzz,
Yes.
and it drops off the back of that.
And there could be something in there about the certain kind of demographics, but also life stage, right?
But
like I'm not going to be stuck on social media for ages.
When you install Threads initially, you get the
hype,
the hype on it. Did you create new content though? Did you post things?
Yes.
How many though? How many posts?
Maybe about 5 posts.
Okay, maybe about 5. What was your first post about?
My first
In Threads, who dis? Welcome to all that nonsense, right? Like everyone did it. We saw it, right?
Yeah, I think what was it about? It was about me complaining about some functionality that
About
Twitter had,
right?
that it's not here.
I tell you what, Zuckerberg, I almost feel like we're in the era of, obviously it's the attention era, right? Like to be able to grab people's attention, to be able to craft the narratives. And these social media machines are so big in kind of doing that.
Yeah.
But to have that cut through, I mean, we had it with Sumit, I mean, you know, Sumit.
Arguably your better half on this podcast, but anyway.
Debatable.
Got you, brother.
But yeah, but just to put it there, like, I think they were, at least how Zuckerberg was selling it was going to be the place where people were going to share and actually, basically when
Facebook used to be?
Facebook used to be. Ironically, we're in the world of multimedia, videos, TikToks, all that stuff.
So much clutter.
Zuckerberg's aim, by basically copying Twitter, let's just keep it real, was to go backwards to a text-based sort of platform to allow people to interact in which they initially interacted, which is, hey, new world, who this, you know what I mean? Just creating content. Because it's through the content that these AI engines actually troll through it and connect through. And I think it's really interesting because I'm obsessed, obviously, with Facebook Marketplace. I can't get enough of the nonsense.
Loves it.
Just constantly on it, right?
Get those deals.
But the new, apart from anything, but the new race in these social media platforms are to be able to integrate finance within it. Apple's doing the same thing with their Apple sort of credit cards and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's making money and spending.
And social media very frictionless. If you're on Twitter and you're like a Air Force One or whatever it is, and you can interact and buy it without going to the site directly through Twitter and exchange cryptocurrency, which Elon is massive, or via fiat, however normally you want to do it. That's essentially where they want to take it. So all you are doing is through Twitter. You never get the one-stop app. Right now,
consumerism, baby.
Yeah, I mean, but to that point, would you trust loading money on Twitter?
Hell no.
You wouldn't, but I think some
But
people
it will
would, right?
happen. It will come, like with everything.
Okay.
Change helps
Would you?
change.
Okay, would you trust loading money on Mastodon? Hell no. You shouldn't have to think
I
about
feel like
that.
I should be asking you that question more than
The answer is no. And the answer is Elon's a public figure, right? Like what I mean is we know that this guy exists. We know that he owns it, and we know that he's a legitimate businessman. And I think I can't think he's curating this narrative in that 3D fashion.
Yes.
But he is putting so many signals out there to, I don't know if it's to gain trust, and I don't think it's as strategic as I'm articulating it.
You heard it here first. He wants to. Kev is saying he can do Elon's job better.
Dude, come on, Elon. Get on the channel. We know you're watching. We know you're one of the 10 watches weekly, at least. All right, at least bump the view rate by at least a minute.
Hit that subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button. Okay, so X is now a thing, right?
Well, I refuse to acknowledge that it's a thing.
Yeah.
Like many people, where hey, an update is available. No, I will not.
You don't have to update it. In Android, you don't have to update it. It's already
in
there.
iPhone.
Yeah, it's already there.
That's another thing, isn't it? Choice.
But hold up. So you know the blue tweet button? It's still called tweet. You think it's going to change it to X?
It's ridiculous. Well, no, I heard that retweet is going to be rebranded to repost. Yeah, he missed an opportunity there, clearly. But just with my minimal understanding of rolling out features and updates from a tech point of view, you just really thought that you would have done, like as an MVP, just really have thought about all of these features first up. But anyway, not my pig, not my farm.
Okay, hot take. I was going to say Twitter.
It is still Twitter for X.
It's X.
Like,
it's
what
X.
is what? Like,
I'm
X
behind you, Elon. She's not, but I'm ready.
It's a very
If you wanna
ambiguous type of name. Like, it's next. It's gonna. Hot take from me first.
Oh, hold up.
Like, is X eventually going to be like what OnlyFans is? Like, I reckon Elon
What
would
are you talking
totally
about?
do that. Well, like X.
OnlyFans.
It's the branding.
It's just
the
a letter.
branding of it.
It's just
like
a letter.
His
son is called X or something like that.
No, but X to T, like 2 squared bloody.
All right. You know what?
I can't pronounce the name at all. I'm all for inclusivity, but I cannot pronounce the name.
This Twitter chat has gone on for too long. The hot take is X or Twitter or whatever. He's not going to go back to calling it Twitter.
Of course not.
Yeah. So
of course not.
That ship has sailed. Let's get this integration all the way through, Elon, and show us what you really got. Because right now it seems quite disjointed.
Because you know what's also coming next? Sorry, one last point on this. Is the original creator of Twitter is coming up with his new platform. I forgot what it was called now.
I've heard of that.
But it's in beta mode, I think. Excuse the terminology, with certain creators and influencers already. So that's going to come eventually. And he's going to eventually show everyone how it's all done.
The question is, I've had this chat with Sumit, but I'm interested in to get your view. Can we really have another main social media platform? Aren't we drowning in these things?
We are drowning in it 100%. But if this is what it is, right?
If there was a social... Okay, so let's talk in the core 4, Facebook, Meta, Instagram, yeah? Twitter, what is the other one? TikTok. It's the core 4, right? What else? What am I missing?
You know Snapchat is still around?
It's definitely not... That's not the core 4. Okay,
no, but Snapchat is like resurging.
Okay, so let's talk to the core 4. If you had to give up one of these, what would it be?
Well, I'm not even on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because I use it Instagram.
Okay, so on what you're on, which is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, if you had to give up one of them, what would you give up? And why? If you had to, gun on the head, you have to do this. Social media.
Facebook, but sorry, elder fams, like...
You don't create... How would you describe your usage? Your age group is, like, let's say 30 to 40. That's your age demographic, right? How would you...
I think it's 25 to 39 in technical groupings, but anyway.
All right. See, the camera's given up over there, but yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, 25 to 39 is the technical grouping, but anyway.
Yeah.
How do I engage with it?
Yeah.
I am I guess a voyeur looking at posts. I'm not.
Other people's posts?
I'm not really, but I am getting back into the creating game. You've heard it here first.
Oh, here we go. But it would be Facebook, right?
No, it'd be Instagram first.
No, you'd let go of Instagram?
No, I'd let go of Facebook.
Exactly, that's what I was saying. So why though?
Because
is it the content or the people? Because arguably you have the same people on Instagram that's on Facebook, right?
It's the content, but it's also, I think, the scrollability
Yep.
of the other two is probably what I'm more attuned to now, rather than like on what's on Facebook.
Yep. Fair.
What about you?
Yeah. Well, no, it can't be Facebook. Well, Twitter. I'm not big into Twitter.
I love it. It can't be Facebook with Facebook Marketplace.
Exactly. No, but to the point is, it's generally how you use platforms, and different people will, resonate with different ways of interacting.
Yeah.
Twitter is one thing. Either you're in or you're out. I don't see people halfway into it. Either you're like obsessed, you know how to use it.
I'd say I'm halfway into it.
Yeah, but like there are people that are obsessed
100%.
with it, right?
Yeah.
And people that actually in a certain occupations, it's almost vital for your work, journalism, etc. Anyway, let's move on. Whoosh. Let's just whoosh. Oh, dude, this camera thing is really slowing me out. But anyway, let's move on.
Don't acknowledge it. It's okay.
I'm breaking the fourth, fifth, sixth wall. Third wall. It's the third wall. Anyway, I'm out of the numbers. Let's move on. Fourth wall. Okay. To more important things.
More important
Really
news.
more important things.
100%.